doing, man? You right, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
You ready to make some Haggis Pakora?
Oh, yes.
Don't worry, no one knows what Pakora actually means. I think it means delicious or something like that.
It's actually come from the Sanskrit language. The word is for cooking little lumps. So that's where it comes from.
Cool. Right, you know a lot about Pakora?
Oh, yes, I do.
And Sanskrit?
Yes.
Should we go in?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Incredible.
Know my stuff. Hi, my name is Daniel Ahsberg, number 22 in Braehead clan. My style of hockey is I like to play offense and scoring goals and making some nice plays. But at the same time, I want to work hard for the team and help the team to win games.
So Daniel, obviously we're here at Tapas Singh to make a bit of chicken pakora, eat some chicken pakora, but the real reason is to grab you for a quick chat and have a little recap and stuff. And I think one of the interesting things that I noticed about you is being born in Gothenburg originally, and that's not really where you're from, is it?
No, like you said, I'm born in Gothenburg, and my dad played hockey for Frölunda for 10 years in the SHL, and then when he's done with hockey, we moved back to my parents' hometown. It's a really small town in Småland.
In Småland?
Småland.
Okay, well, it's aptly named.
It's a really small place, but...
What was the rink like that your dad took you to? And how far away was it?
No, that's, like I said, it's a small town, so I could probably walk, but
right.
I was a little spoiled. My dad and mom was driving me around wherever I wanted to go, so
I want to do wrestling. I want to do football.
Yeah,
I want to do hockey.
They've been really helpful with everything, and both with me and my sister, they've been helping us with a lot of stuff. So it was a lot of hockey, like I said.
And so it was interesting that you got to that stage where you had to pick then a sport, and you knew that professional sports was something you wanted to do, and hockey was the thing. What was the major decision then, and what led to your first professional contract?
I actually signed when I was 15, and the senior team actually moved up to the second league in Sweden.
Yeah.
And I was shocked because it's like a small town. We had like 1,000 people in the stands, so they moved up to the second league, and I was only 15, and I got a contract. I played a couple preseason games and did good, and then I played that year, and then the year after that we went down, and then Frölunda called me and wanted me to go to their junior organization.
And what age were you at that
I
stage? Was 16 then?
I just turned 16 when I moved and got my own apartment, and went to school there and practiced in the morning with the school, and then went to school and then practiced right after, and then just home, sleep.
That's very young to kind of leave. So you left your family to go
I left
play
my
hockey
family
in Frölunda. And what were your feelings then? Was that quite? I mean, it's always difficult for mothers and fathers to let go of their kids, but I mean that's quite a young age for you to go off. They must have believed in you, and you must have been very committed. Was it hard?
It's like a hard decision, but it's at the same time I knew that I wanted to play hockey and I wanted to give it a chance. So it's not much to think about. When Frölunda called, it was the best junior organization in Sweden. They're there for like 6 or 7 years. They won gold every year, so they took really good care of me. We got food in the rink, so I didn't have to cook and stuff. So that's
evidently I've seen your pakora making skills, so it's obvious.
So Gerry and Daniel, we are going to make Haggis Pakora now.
Yes.
Okay. For Haggis Pakora, we need to make the butter sauce first.
Sounds good.
If you could put your gloves on.
Yeah.
And I'll put my glove on as well.
Is that how you do it?
I'm not sure. You're back in.
You can add 1 teaspoon of salt in it.
Okay.
Little bit.
A little bit less.
Slightly less, yeah.
I'm quite a salty character. That's the problem.
Salty character.
That's the problem.
That's a good one. So some chili powder, half a teaspoon of chili powder, please. Half will do. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Not quite got your technique there for the spread, unfortunately.
So
good technique too.
You can add some turmeric powder.
Okay.
For a good yellowish color.
Half
will do. Yeah. That's it.
Boom.
And a very small amount of the cumin seeds.
Cumin seeds.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah.
I don't want to cheap out on the cumin seeds.
A little bit more,
See, I thought I cheaped out a little bit. There you go.
That's it. And some coriander seeds.
Okay.
Most
I would
important.
say
This is the most important one.
Yeah. No, this is the most important part, and the vegetable pakora.
But not so much for haggis.
No. So this
I guess you
this
want
should
4
do, yeah.
seeds.
Just throw it in. Thank you. And very small amount of fenugreek leaves. Yeah, just to give a little texture to the sauce. Because if you put too much of fenugreek leaves, what happens? It darkens the sauce, or darkens the color of the sauce.
Okay.
And which is not refreshing. I think a little touch will do to give it a little texture. That's it. And you can add some a small teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste, a little bit more.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. So I think we have everything, and wee pinch of garam masala. That's it. Yeah. Thanks. That's
I
it.
understand what a wee pinch is. I was
So
on that for a
what
measurement.
we'll do, I'll do one thing. I'll mix it, mix water in it to get the right consistency. Then,
You don't trust us with the consistency, eh? I can see that. I can understand.
not just in case.
But I mean, obviously, it's a team that the Clan fans know a lot about now. But you played part in a big bit of their success of being promoted into the SHL. It was another story of essentially a small team becoming a big team. What was your time like there?
In Växjö, you mean? Yeah, when I moved there, they never been in the, we call it kvalserien, like top team.
Yeah.
And then you play for moving up. And we did that. My first year, we came in second place, and we didn't do good in the playoffs. Second year, we did a little bit better. And then third year, we moved up. So we had almost the same guys every year. We didn't change a lot of guys, so we were a really good group. And we weren't the most skilled guys, but we were working as a team. And after 3 years together, we finally
It clicked.
moved up, and that was probably my highlight of my career. I think that was the best feeling in the world. You play hockey because you want to win, you want to compete, and that was really good.
As a kid
good
growing
time.
up, did you want to? A lot of players regard. I mean, the SHL is regarded as the best league in Europe, and arguably very competitive with the NHL as well. And certainly, like when we were all over there, and you could see the sheer class of the league. When you grew up, was that the league that you wanted to play in, or did you want to play in the NHL? Did you have like an NHL team as well? Were you a big fan of hockey in North America?
Yeah, my dad played with Kalle Johansson, the Demon in Washington. So we went there like 6 times. I visited him after my season was over. So Washington was always my favorite team, and I went down in the locker room when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
And so
That must have had a huge impact.
oh yeah, of course, and he was helping me a lot too. So of course I had NHL, but first it's SHL, and you want to go there and have a couple good years, and then go to the NHL. But I think every hockey player's dream about NHL. Like that's why you want to be the best, and you want to play against the best. So that didn't happen, but it was.
Still time, man. Still time. We can sell Pakora there. We can do
Oh
it.
yeah.
See, when you take some sauce on your hand, it should be running off your hands, and at the same time covering your fingers.
Right. That's the right
If
consistency.
it's covering your fingers, it means it will cover the haggis pakora as well.
Right.
The
All the
haggis.
smells have come alive now as well. Now that you've mixed them with the water, you can really get the.
So
the
if you
aroma.
want a little bit coriander in it, you can add some coriander just for extra flavor.
You've got to make sure. Is there any kind of technique to getting them fully covered here, or just pushing them around generally? Is there any technique for good
No,
coverage?
No, I see. If the consistency is okay, then you just need to put the haggis in. Add the haggis to the sauce. Keep it for maybe 30 seconds. Keep it in for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Then you can release one pakora at a time in a small fryer.
Okay. You've also had some time in France and in Norway as well. And how do those? What was your time like there, and how do those leagues kind of compare to the elite league now? Do you feel?
France, I just wanted to. I had two bad years in Sweden. I was injured almost for 2 years. I had some problems with my foot and stuff, and I wanted to try something new. And then France came up, and they had a Finnish coach. He's been in Sweden for a couple years, so I knew the guy before, and then he signed me. And signed 2 of my buddies. So,
Cool.
so we're 3 Swedish guys, and we brought our girlfriends and family. So
So you brought a lot of Sweden with you then.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
guessing you didn't pick up much French then if you brought everyone.
And we were talking Swedish to the coach, so that helped a lot. But the hockey was much better than I thought.
Yeah.
Like, it's a competitive league too, and they can have 7 or 8 imports, so it's a tough league too, and it's getting better and better. Now, when I was there, we only played 26 games in the league, and then they have 2 different cups. But now they play 45 games, so I think the league is getting better and better every year.
And did you enjoy when you compare it to Norway then as well? Because Norway's got a really good reputation as well, and it was Lillehammer, I think you went through then.
Yeah.
When you compare those 2 leagues, were there a lot of similarities, or were they very different?
Norway and Sweden is pretty similar, and France is more compared to this league. I think it's more back and forth. In Norway and Sweden is more trapping and more defense first.
Yeah.
And in France and here, I think it's more goals scored.
And what, I mean, it sounds like a silly question, but which do you prefer?
I like to score goals.
Yeah, well, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
I knew when I asked the question, really.
Yeah, just you could drop maybe 2-3 pakoras and ask Gerry to do the same.
Oh yeah, I'll just see how it's done, how the pro does it first. Without burning his fingers.
Take it as near as possible, and that way you don't burn your hands.
That way we don't have to say Daniel Ahsberg will not be icing this week due to
Gerry,
pakora
would
bans.
you like to?
Need to spread them out a wee bit better. Right?
Yeah, please. Yeah. That's the best way. Okay.
We spot in the corner.
That's it.
You've done this before.
I'm very good at pakora spacing.
Now that's really. You've done a good job.
Thank you. Much appreciated. It sounds like a really interesting kind of ride that you've had, really, as well. But you also met Matt Keith in Sweden as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit about how you met him and playing with him, and what impact that had on coming here?
Yeah, I played with Matt. I moved to Örebro in December. I moved from Växjö and came to Örebro, and I met Matt. And we actually played together in the same line for almost the whole season, and we became really good friends, and we can keep it in touch. And then he just called me in April and asked me what I want to do, what I was doing, and if I was interested in coming. And everything sounded good. And he's been here for 4 years now, I think. I know that he wouldn't be here if it wasn't a good organization, good fans, and good hockey. So I was like, just talk to my fiance and see if she was on board, and after I went pretty quick.
So how was Matt Keith Swedish then? Obviously he was there, and do you think he picked up Swedish quite well? I get the vibe that
No, he didn't pick up anything.
Did he even try?
No.
Unbelievable. It's a good thing he's a good captain.
Yeah, so I should talk Swedish in the locker room. And
I think that's only fair.
Yeah.
That obviously leads to you coming over here then, so you get Matt Keith gives you the kind of heads up, and then you talk to the coach and things like that. And was it much of a decision to come over? Were there other things that you'd wanted to do at the time, or?
No, I talked to, like I said, I talked to Matt, and then Finner called me, and we had a couple phone calls back and forth, and everything sounded really good. So it was actually a pretty easy choice to come here. And then I talked a little bit to Liam Reddox.
Yeah.
And he said it's a fantastic place to play. And
fantastic.
So it was actually a pretty easy decision to go in.
Also the Växjö captain Liam Reddox, I know a lot of Clan fans are secretly hoping one day he'll end up here. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He's a redhead. I mean, really, it's kind of got to happen for that alone. Well, here's the moment of truth then, that you've never had any haggis, let alone pakored haggis from Tapas at Singh's. You've never actually had that before, a first time?
Yeah, it's going to be, I think
some sauce on the go?
Spicy sauce.
Oh, he's going brave.
Sauce.
He's going brave. I think I'm going to go a little bit more yogurty.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's great. Really good.
Nice. Yeah.
How's your first taste of haggis?
Hot. It was actually really good.
Hot haggis,
really
fantastic.
Good.
Thank you very much, Stuart. Much appreciated. Thanks for your time.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Daniel.
Nice to see you.
Obviously an interesting situation for you. Obviously Zeke's come over with his family, but you're going to have your family here.
Yep.
And as if it's not enough to have a kid in another country, you're just going, let's just do it all in a one, or let's have twins.
Oh yeah.
So when did you know you were having twins? Was it just before you came, or?
We found out 2 weeks before we moved over
2
here.
weeks before?
And then we
What, you knew that Therese was pregnant?
Yeah,
at
we
that
knew
stage,
she was.
but-
Yeah, we knew she was pregnant, and then after 2 weeks here, we went for a scan,
Yeah.
and that's when they said, "Oh, here's the baby," and we were like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And then, "Oh, here's another one." And
Whoa.
I was a little shocked, but it's gonna be amazing. We've been wanting to have a kid for a while, so it's gonna be, now it's kids, but
Wowzers.
yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
And do you know anything? Do you know the genders or anything yet, or is that been kept a secret?
It's 2 girls.
2 girls.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
going to be incredible.
Yeah, it's gonna be
2 Swedish-Scottish girls then.
Oh, yeah.
So Agnes and Morag, Ahsberg.
Yeah.
And one thing I've got to ask you, obviously, before we kind of finish up the interview, it was that as you've noticed, you've scored some really good goals in the last couple of weeks. Kind of the form's been there. There's been people who've seen flashes of the team doing that in total. You'll know from Kevin, the arena likes to shout out your score was Daniel Ahsberg, Daniel, and I think the crowd are a little bit uncomfortable with pronouncing your surname. I think they're really a bit worried about the beginning section. How would you pronounce it? Is it actually Ahsberg?
Yeah, it's Ahsberg.
Ahsberg. See,
Yeah,
I'd never have guessed
but
that.
I think they're doing a good job. Though.
They're doing all right with
I'm
it.
saying Ahsberg too, and I'm
Good.
introduced myself, so it's
So it's fine.
yeah, they're doing a good job.
So your kids are going to be Morag and Agnes Ahsberg. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Daniel, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great season as well.
Yeah,
Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
And enjoy your pakora, man. Have another
thank you.
bit of haggis, seeing as you like it so much. And Clan are back in action tomorrow night, Friday the 20th of January, against the Manchester Storm. That's a 7:30 face-off. Get your tickets now.